you how you can convert from a route relation that is version 1 of the public transport scheme to version 2. So I have here such a route that's not too long, so the video doesn't become too long. Let's edit. I put 1 there. Let's change it to 2 already. Normally, PT Assistant wouldn't have colored 2, but it was previously already 2. Okay, so this one goes from Егорьевск to Croatia. So this is Croatia. Okay, so all these stops that are having a blue symbol there, select all those. If I click here, they will all be selected. And at the moment, they're all highway bus stop, but they don't have public transport tag. So with this button that came from the one click, now they have public transport platform. Okay. Then I'm going to find them, but first I need to select my route again. There. So the PT Assistant will color them. If there are stop positions, they will be numbered in white, otherwise it will be numbered in yellow. How do I know that these are determined that this is version 1? Well, the stops for both directions are still in there. So the first thing I'm going to do is to pass by the whole route to see if some parts are missing, or maybe some parts are there too much. This already looks okay. Here is a part that is superfluous. So if I select that way, it gets selected here, but I don't have to click on it. I could click here and then use the delete button there, but I can go down and use that button. That looks better. So we're going to create a route for each direction of travel. But this one way that that was deleted will not be needed in either one. Okay, so now I'm going to make a duplicate of this route relation. Here it says create new relation. Okay, I'm going to put that on the side. That's for later. And then I'm going to go. Now I can start here. Let's say that this is the first stop. There, that's the first one. Then we don't need that one. Now we don't need that one. But I think we do need that one. So I can start removing those stops, and then they will not be numbered anymore. I can add it there. The numbering doesn't really matter at the moment. So what I'm going to do is all those for the return direction, I'm going to remove them, and at the same time I can already start removing ways. When I selected a few, I can delete them already. I find here another stop, which I probably also want to add. There is a button here that makes selecting groups of ways, so a full edge, I would call it, groups of ways. So I selected 3 ways in one go. I'll show you what happened. So this one is not selected. I'll do it again. So yeah, it zooms out to the selection, but a little bit too far. So now if I delete those ways, you see those are gone. And then here, this is one that also can go. Okay. So sometimes this edge selection is more practical, but we also still need to remove the bus stops, and the edge selection only allows to select ways, not not um, not nodes. So we remove that. We put the switch on the edge selection again. We only have one way. So here I can use S. You see here the buttons that I press. Move that one too. Okay, this one can go as well. Here I only need to eliminate the stops because those ways are used in both directions. These stops will be served in both directions, I suppose. Later on, I'm going to use a trick to not have to select the stops in the opposite direction. The only problem is those stops that are used twice are going to suffer from that. But, okay. So here, this is taking a lot of time, selecting all those stops that go in the wrong direction. So if there would be a way to automate that part, that would be really nice. So I'm going to delete them already to make sure that actually you see here there is this bay, so the bus can get out of the way there, but it can also get out of the way here. So this one should be a bit further over here. Now, since there is a bay, I also want to map that bay. There's also a crossing here. So add highway crossing. Then I'm going to add a node there and a node there. Then I'm going to select this one and then I press E. E makes that now I have the two nodes next to it selected. I press P. Now the ways are split. And now I'm going to add bus bay right. So this one is good, but this one is wrong. So here it's way left. Okay, how come we see visual feedback of that? It's because of map CSS style that I switched on, that I created actually. You can also install it by going to the settings of the map pane styles. And then here under public transport, you find that one. Where is it here? If I switch it off, then you don't get that visual feedback anymore. You also don't get the name in bigger letters anymore. Yeah. Okay, so let's go on. When I split those ways here, I modified the route relation. So I have to press this button to refresh. So all what happened here also is reflected there in the route relation editor. Okay, some more stops that need to go. And here, I don't like to use the stop positions as the stop, so here I'm going to create extra stops. But I don't know. There is this bus bay, so it's over there. What I'm going to do is Alt-Shift-J. So I extract it and then I change the stop position value to platform there. And then here is a convenient button to turn that one into a stop position, but it doesn't get any details. And then here the same. Alt-Shift-J to extract it from there. So the route relation remains okay, but it's not part of that way anymore. Then add stop position there. And what I'm also going to add is 2 nodes. I press P. Oops, and now I have a problem. Before I split that way, I should have saved this route relation. So I'm going to do Control Z. So only one of those buttons should be highlighted. I'm going to save, and then I'm going to split that way again. There. So now I'm going to add bus bay right once again. So here it's okay, that's good. And then on this side, the same. I press B. And now here I want to add bus bay left. Okay. Good. I have to refresh because the way was split. This highway here was split, so now there are several parts of it. Okay, and then here we do the same. And then we are going to duplicate it for the other direction. And I'm going to retag it as a platform node. And then the last one here is going to be a stop position node. Maybe it's a good idea to also download. This is really okay. I extracted that node, but since it was not, that's not a good idea. So I'm going to do Control Z to undo everything what I did. Here I find the platform way. Okay, so the bus stop seems to be on that side, and the bus seems to make a turn. What's that? Place village. Okay, shouldn't have that node in common, I think. Okay. Okay. So I think that the bus can do an extra loop here. So I'm going to split that way there. Didn't work. Yeah, now it's split. Then I'm going to make that way longer. Okay. Have to refresh. I'm going to split it again. Now the history seems. No, I have to. Yeah, update again here. I'm also going to split this one, and I want. Doesn't have a name. Okay, so the tag that this one has, I'm going to do Shift R, so this one also gets that tag. Okay. Maybe I can combine these two. And this route can stay on there. I have to refresh again. Okay. So what the bus does, it goes around like that. That's good. Then this node, I'm going to do Alt-Shift-J to extract it from there. And another thing that I'm going to do, this should be our last way now. I'm going to take it out from the route relation. I'm going to put it back in all the way at the end. And then I'm going to use this mode to add the stop position there. And then the ways again split and only that part is kept. Okay, so that's good. This one can go here somewhere. Okay. So that's the route in one direction. Actually, I'm going to take this one. First I have to make sure it's a platform node. You see that the icon here changed from this to that, from this bus to some sort of a man in a shelter, or maybe he's hung. Okay, I'm going to move this one all the way to the front. It's selected, and we're working on a route with Rev21. Okay, so now with that node selected, I'm going to look at a route relation where this node is the first, and I'm going to select that route relation, and then I'm going to use this icon here, which is something that I added. I do configure toolbar, I go to tools, and the PT assistant gives you some extra tools like sort PT route relations. You can add it and have a button like that too, or you can always go tools sort PT route members. That also works. Now you see that it's not number 1 anymore. Now it's 2037. If we look at the route relation again, we see that all the stops are first. This one shouldn't be in there. And these two should both be safe platform nodes. Okay. One thing that I also notice here is this here, and in my style I define that everything that's part of a stop area should be in here, but I'm going to run that. The platform ways are drawn here. That's good. Okay. But I like to have platform nodes with all the details additionally. Okay. And those should be in the route relations, and then of course also in these stop area relations. The only thing is, if I take all of them out and then I put them back, then you see that the platform nodes get, start with that one. I like to keep them together. The ones that belong together, I like to have them together. I prefer even more if they're two separate stop area relations, but okay. And yeah, it's named. Okay. So that's one. That's one route relation. All the stops are ordered. The stops come first, and then all the ways. Oh, what's happening? Oh, something is not quite right. No. So this here should be the first one. Don't see exactly how these buses do that here. If this is a platform, it's then not. It's not marked as a platform. But here there's a lot of free space where they can drive. Anyway, we need an extra stop position there, and then these ways, we don't need them. Oops. Yeah, okay, I have to press the right button there. So this and this and this, yeah, that one, yes. We don't need those. Okay, and then here I'm going to add another stop position, but this should be our first way in the route relation. Okay. I'm going to save this and I'm going to use this add stop position mode. And you see that this part now disappears from that route relation. I also have to refresh. Okay, so now that is our first way. That's good. Now we have some part, the numbers of the stops are not correct, so you still have to fix that. But here the route splits off. Okay, then these ways, we'll probably need them twice. So I'm going to select them and then I'm going to add them again. Then I'm going to flip them over. There, now that's fine. The only thing is here at the end, we don't need those twice. So this and this and this, we need it only once. So this can go again. And then the bus is going around like that. So this one should be the first. That's good. Okay. Yep. Okay, then we go on. What's this? That's another one, but here there is not such a little loop at the end. That's unfortunate. So I don't know how these buses turn back here. But we're simply going to add that way twice. And then we're going to find this way. And move it down on there. Now it's in between. That's good. Okay, so now we're going to select. No, that's later. First, I'm going to reorder the stops once again. So again, no, I'm going to go zoom to this stop. We're working on route 21 and it has position 1. So I'm going to select this route relation. I'm going to reorder it, all the stops again. So now this one becomes 19. And here we have a problem. So that's not quite right. So I'm going to open it again, edit. So what happened? This one should be there, but it shouldn't be there. This one should be in the end, but shouldn't be in the beginning. This one should be in the beginning, but not in the end. And this one. Okay, so I think if we save now, yeah, that it looks better. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, yeah, that looks good. And here 27, 28, it's not needed twice either. Okay. So this works okay. So ordering the stops is really convenient. Now I want all the stops in this route relation, all these, except for those here. How I'm going to exclude them. Why do I want? Well, maybe I should select those first. They're a bit too many. Otherwise, it would be a bit simpler. So, selecting all these. Now I know that these 5 around this column, these 5 around the column, and this one, they are Ivanovskaya. Ivanovskaya, those I don't need. So I'm going to select all the stops except the first and the last. Ivanovskaya. And then this, 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 and this. Those I don't want. Now I select all of those, and now I'm going to find this copy of the route relation that I made. And now all these stops, because I selected them here, they're selected here, and I can use this button to remove them. So now they're gone in that route relation. And this one is ready. So that one, I'm done with it. So here I'm going to flip these two. And then I suppose I better save it. So I'm going to select this way. That's the first way in the route relation. Now I know that I can find it back by finding the one with the first way. Okay. What I need to do now is go all the way to the south. And then in turn, add that one, remove this one. I'm not sure why. Oops. Why it's not getting colored. Oh, yeah, now it's out already. Save. Yeah, okay, now it's colored. Good. What happened to this way? Why is it not in there anymore? Okay, because I split it. Yeah. Okay, so these need to be added. You see that all the stops, those remain, and those from the opposite direction, they're gone. So that's good. So that was a nice trick. Here I split those ways as well. And since this route relation was new, it didn't get the message that these ways were changed. Or yeah, I also didn't save it. Maybe I should simply have closed that, and then it would have been updated. This stop has remained in there. That's good. This way we're going to be needing it twice, so I'll add it once more. Now I can save, and then the same goes for this way, and that one. We'll need those second time as well. Okay, so we on. So I only have to select them one by one for one direction, and then I can use a trick to select all of the route of the stops conveniently in one route relation, and I can remove them. So now I remove the ways. It would be better if we could program something that makes that even more convenient. Going to try the edge mode selection. I have two ways in one go. Try it again. Again, two ways. Now I have three ways. Here I know I will only get one. There I have two, that's good. But here, let's save it for clarity. This one here, still in there. It's to go. Yeah, so then we're arriving here. This stop, we don't need it either. And then this way, we don't need it either. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is put my cursor, select this way here. That's the first way, okay. Sort everything. And I arrive all the way here, that's good. But then of course there's this part that needs to be included right after that. These three need to be flipped because we need to take that way first. And then the same for this one. Okay, so we save this. Select the first way. Then we have this, select the relation, sort the stops. Zoom out a bit, then it's clearer what's happening. There, now they're all resorted. Here I see a 9, 10. That's not good. So edit. So I don't want that. And then here the same thing happened as well. So there is still a problem with the logic. So this stop shouldn't be in the first. This one either. And this should not be here. Save it. Yeah. So that looks better. Okay. Still quite involved to convert from version 1 to version 2, I think. So, but I don't see how. At the moment, I don't see how to automate this further in a reliable way. But there you go. This was a relatively short route. It had these little extremities, if you want, making things a bit more complicated. Oh, I have a problem here. It starts with 2 and then it has 1 there. That's not good. Oh, okay, also the stops are sorted first. Troisha. Okay, so that's good. It's going to Avgo. Vauxhall. After Vauxhall. So that's also, yeah. Good. Yeah, so that's it. I have to do that for several other route relations in this region because most are still in version 1. Okay, bye.